Airsoft TM Glock 17 back together. First you start with your safety plate, which goes in here. The next thing you would want to put in is your trigger. This is a good time if you want to replace it, you can replace it. So you just slide it in. The next bit that you're going to put in is, frame. I don't know what you'd call this, probably the frame. So you slide it in. You don't put it in all the way, you leave it so that wee bump and this from the trigger lever. Alright, you grab the spring and you put it on so it looks like that, and then you can just push it down into place. It should just slide right into place. Sorry, something's blocking it here. It should just slide right into place, and that should just stick up a bit, and that should just do that a bit. So the next bit you would want to put in is the screw in the front here. There you go. Once you've got this screw in, the next bit you'd want to put in is your magazine. No, not the magazine brin. Your hammer spring. So what you need to do this is you need this spring and this bar, which I think is the valve knocker reset. So you do is you put the spring in to the wee gap. Sorry, you don't put the spring in. Put this bit in. That bit in so that sits nice and flush down like that. And you push your spring in so it sits like that. So it sits nice and so it sits flush. Next you get your trigger bar. Oh no, I came out. Whoops. This is probably the most unprofessional video there is out there on how to fix this. So once you've done that, you make sure, pull the trigger slightly. So you put that in at a 90-degree angle, you set it back around. You slide this in slowly until it goes in flush. And you put the wee screw in because you want it to stay in there so it doesn't fly out. Once you've got that in, the next bit you would like to put in is the bit that you use to remove the trigger. So what you do is you slide it in from whatever side you want, and this metal piece here you have to push down. I'm going to put it in from the side just so it's easier for me. So once you've got it in, you push that down, you push it across so it goes all the way in and sits flush, so you can pull it down. The next bit you'd want to put in is your slide catch. So here you can see your slide catch and your spring. So you do it so it looks something along the lines like that, and you slide it in to the wee gap there, and now you line up the holes. Trigger's usually the one that's not lined up. You grab your big pin, you make sure that the shredded sides are on the right hand side, and now you play around with it until you get it in. And once you've got it in, hammer it in all the way. Why'd that not go in? once you've got your pin, do you want to go in, please? Oh, is it because this isn't in? No, this isn't. Oh, it's because I didn't make the hole right for that. Right, well, I'll sort this out in a minute. The next bit you put in is your pin for the bit that goes back here in this hole. Doesn't matter what way you put this in, you just put it in and you push it till it goes flat, and that's how you assemble the lower. So when you pull the trigger, it works. So once you've got that done, that's your lower done, you want to work onto your upper receiver. So as you can see, you have your valve and your valve and your valve housing, all your parts on the inside. So what you do is, once you've put this on, you got your lubricant spray and sprayed that O-ring with a bit. That made it a bit much. Work it. Turn it over. Grab your spring. Mine's an upgraded one, but grab your spring. Put it into the right hand side one, if you look at it from this way. Now you grab your slide, and the nozzle goes in towards this shell ejecting. This is what it would be on the real one. And you slide it in. Sometimes there's a click, sometimes there's not. And what you do is you slide your screw for holding on your rear sight, or in my case, a red dot. You put it in, and you just tighten the screw like so. Once you've tightened that in, then you have your inner barrel and your hop-up unit and your outer barrel. So you do is you slide these in to here, or as far as they can go, but then you see that bit of plastic hits that. So what you do is put it round, and that goes in front of that. So then what you do is you still have your slide, push it in and back, and you grab your recoil rod, and you see that is a wee indent, and that goes in like that. You push it down and through. And that's how you do the upper slide, and then put them back together. You just slide them on. If you line them up right, you line them up, slide them up, and they work. It should work. Oh, it locks back. Hope that helped. That's how you disassemble and reassemble a Airsoft G17 Glock 17.